couple social media posts regarding friends this morning. I'd just like to go over those with you. One said, "Lord, I started to lose some friends. This will be one of the most used excuses that God won't accept on Judgment Day. Right is right whether your friends stay or not." And then the one that seemed to have gotten a lot more traction, even though both are equally as important, is every now and then greatness will require you to shed some friends. Everyone that starts with you on your journey wasn't meant to stay. And if I were to give this a title, it would be Embracing Greatness While Shedding Friends. Every friend is not meant to stay. Doesn't mean that you don't love them. Doesn't mean that you don't stay with you during the duration of your journey towards success. Doesn't mean that you don't love them. Doesn't mean that they don't keep a special place in your heart. Doesn't mean that you don't treasure some experiences. But if you're going to make it all the way to the word greatness, or even if we would put a churchy feel to it, if you were to embrace holiness, it's hard to take everybody into your tomorrow. The word holiness actually means to be set apart. So everyone, you can't run with the pack and maintain a holiness lifestyle. And it's the same way if you're embracing greatness. Everyone can't go into your tomorrow. Everyone won't have the desire to. There'll be those who want want you to stick with the old you. They don't want you to change. They're still 30 years later asking where the party gonna be at. There are those who will want to keep you in the box, and sometimes to embrace who God has truly called you to be, you got to come out of the box. Yeah, that's going to shed some friends. All of a sudden the phone won't ring as much. You're going to get texts. You won't be texted as much. You'll come to meetings and all of a sudden you discover that you're the only one that wasn't in the meeting before the meeting. But on your way to greatness, you got to be able to embrace shedding some friends. No one has ever been called into the halls of greatness or been celebrated in the halls of greatness. They may have had a lot of associates, may have had a good treasure of friends, but no one that has made it there on their way up. They do it with a ton of friends, because when you got to pay the price for greatness, there are few that are willing to do so. The scriptures declare that there's a way that seemeth right unto man, and many folks will embrace that. But in it are the ways of death. That's why Paul calls us to not be conformed to the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. The renewing of your mind will lose you some friends. But if you're really called to greatness, you're going to have to be willing to be talked about, to be shunned, to lose some in your inner circle. In this day of 5,000 friends and 5,000 people following you and 10,000 people having you in their circles, you got to be able to shed some weight. And most of the weight is friends that aren't aiming to go where God has called you to go. Doesn't mean you hate them. You can appreciate them from afar. But if you really want to embrace greatness, you can't take all of your circle into your tomorrow. And all of your circle, if you're carrying all of your circle, and there's nothing wrong with carrying people, as many as you can, into greatness if you can open a door for them. But most times there'll be a weight that's too great to make it. My word to you is, for you to truly embrace greatness, you're going to have to shed some friends. Doesn't mean you got to dislike them. You can love them from afar. But if you ever want to embrace greatness, and for you church folks, you holiness folks, if you ever want to truly walk in holiness, you can't do it with the whole crowd. This is my morning meditation. I pray that you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Enjoy your Super Bowl. But if you really want to embrace greatness,